Hello everyone, here with HB. This is our Hollywood grid deck, and we've got a hand that is an instant keep because of the presence of our 1x Crisium grid against the siphon monstrosity stuff. We do have a few witnesses more than I'd like to have, but we might be fine. Architect or Ichi? I guess Architect. Maybe on face check. If he goes to siphon, we can at least... He shouldn't siphon turn 1 anyway, but I mean, like, later on if he runs it, we get to fire it, we can maybe dump our money into an Adonis or into the Hollywood grid. It's a pretty good start for Andy. Desperado, all this good stuff there. I think we got to put the Eli to R&D. It's a really good ice for us to have. It's probably the best one in this matchup. I don't like playing it to R&D overly much. If we leave it open, we'll probably just bleed to any point. So we have the Turing to ETR. We can put the Ichi in front. Okay, it was good we blocked the R&D this turn, or what he got to do free runs here. He's still going to get $1 million. And maybe we had to play the Turing to archives, but it just feels so bad to do that. So we'll cover with the vanilla to scare him off for a little bit. Paperclip's in there though, so you might just face check it if he's feeling lucky. Gonna face check this one. Interesting. Well, this is good for us. We're gonna get to run Restructure, Vitruvius, Jackson, Adonis, and Lateral Growth. Huh. So I don't hate feeding the Adonis to him. I don't think you can get in the remote either, so let's save our agenda, get it to safety. Oh, now we know that there's a Vitruvius, so we don't want to fire a beta test. Oh, I guess they did anyway. That's too bad. He has to check it anyway to make sure it's not a Jackson Howard. So we're going to drain his money a bit, but he got so much money from this that it's really a problem for us. Now we're in a pickle, right? So option A is to let him click this, res the Holly grid to stop him. I think we have to go that way because our other play is like score it, go to 4, get a count siphoned, lose the game on tempo. So this feels bad, but because we're not going to be able to score this turn, we have to res our Ichi. We'll see. We actually can't res the Ichi because then he'll just potentially go here. Tough to say. He gets a lot of money now, but at least we made him pay to install the paperclip. And it's still going to cost him $3 to break Eli. This is such a liability in this matchup because you do not want to actually have $15 or you just get siphoned. We had our Crisium, it did its job, cost him $5, but against the power that is this card, $5 was just nothing to him. So kind of died in vain for us. I think we have to keep our beta test. We have a 2-pointer here. We're just completely toast. So we have to go 5 against 4 with him and let him trash this. So he knows it's an agenda. He can click it next turn if we don't score it. Go to 0, we're just going to never play restructure. But it is what it is. So we're against the wall. We're going to have to run this beta test. And get 0. Oh, man. Not my day for beta tests. I think I'm like 0 for 12 right now. Arnie's totally open. This bank job is menacing. Yikes. So click for 3 next turn, res our Eli. Click for 3 the next turn. Potentially get siphoned. Oh, employee strike. Good then. We've taxed his money out for now, but as soon as he draws contract, he just has an unending stream of clicks for 4 again. Because he'll pay 1 and get 5. So I don't know if we can actually tax him without defending our archives very, very heavily. Well, when employee strike happens, all you can do is take a credit. I mean, if I put the grid in, he might go for it. He might think we're desperate. But our money's low enough that he might not go for it. If he siphons, I'm happy, I think, because I can res the Ichi and he'll have to bounce. Or that Architect fire. Okay, we're going to get the bait run here, which is decent. So the bank job runs for $8 plus the Desperado. He only has to pay 4. Not a great ratio. So he can bank job this and then run again for the access. Could be worse, I guess. Didn't even make a buck to go here. He doesn't even buy it. We could have put a Vitruvius out. Come on. Well, now if we don't score it, he knows it's not an agenda, I think. Oh boy. Yep, infinite money again. We tried so hard to make him spend all his money. We threw away the Adonis. We had to trash the Jackson. Or no, it was from the beta test. Threw away the Chrysium. Threw away the grid. And now he's rich again. I mean, suppose we hadn't built a remote, we would have just flooded out completely. So I don't really know what the solution is. So now he has all the breakers. And we are going to get siphoned. And we can't play our Turing here. Well, maybe we're not going to get siphoned. We'll get to run the Architect, which would bring back some good stuff for us. Oh no, he can click this. Never mind. I think we're done, actually. Whether we played it or didn't, we had to like play the Turing here just to cost him $1 and throw away 4 of our dollars, which is not really good. Can lose 5 anyway, right? So he could have spent less and rezzed our grid, but he can go here so cheaply, it's kind of meh. He can probably take a brain now. I don't think he's got any relevant cards in his hand. Well, legwork actually was relevant. So we've got an archive that can maybe dig us out so we can get our Crisium grid. I think the main problem is if he just takes 4 return, we lose the game. Because he got so much money, he can just take money and run our remote. I mean, this is fine too, I suppose. And the employee strike is going to just ruin us because we are losing a lot of money. I can't believe he didn't go for this. I really thought he would think we were putting in a 3-2 to try to turn off the employee strike. I don't know. I guess maybe 1 crazy is not enough these days. Siphon spam is real. Like, a lot of decks can just do nothing and then siphon you. So if we had the Caprice in here, there'd be another card that would help defend, but we don't, so maybe you're just gonna jam 3 Crisiums in there. So we've got Assassin, we've got Vikram and stuff. The issue is that Account Siphon is like the original overpowered card. If we try to do anything in the remote, he will simply come and siphon us, and then we can't res our remote ice, and he'll take the dinner out of the remote. So that's completely locking us out of the remote play. I don't know if I like this. Like, this will win for him, probably, but if it doesn't by some freak chance, he's going to have spent a bunch of money. This makes sense if he has his 3rd contract, I suppose. But otherwise, I would just sit back as him and not really do anything. Man, he's not buying. I guess we have 2 credits, so we can use like shipment or something to score. So this is another code gate. It's got a decent number of subs. So it would tax the Gordian a little bit. But okay, he's going to really just spend a lot. I don't love this line by him. I mean, yeah, it wins usually, but I think he wins for sure if he locks the remote instead. Like, after this one, he would have been whiffing for a long time at $3 a pop. It's not really sustainable for him to the 3rd contract. Hard to say. Well.